Hey, and welcome to another tutorial from trainingps.com. Today we're going to kind of recreate a little logo from Discovery Channel on the show Dirty Jobs using just a couple little pictures and little imagination. So this is what it's hopefully going to look like when we're done, and let's just go ahead and start it. Let me get rid of all these layers here that created it. So here's my background image. It's just a flower or leaf or of some kind with some water droplets on it. And as you can see, you can get this stock image or take it yourself. Not a big deal. Some colored splatters, or doesn't have to be color. It's not going to be color when we're done with it. And I have just a picture of some wood. So here is how we're going to go about this. So first thing we want to do is kind of give this background image here a little life. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to create a new layer. And we do not want to do that. We just want to create a blank layer here. Grab our selection tool, feather it quite a bit, and then just select it. And what we want to do is we want to inverse that, and we want to fill it with black. And let's do it again. There we go. Give it a little vignette. And then we want to make another new layer on top of that, and we're going to select our lasso tool here. And what we want to do is just make that area that goes in the middle. And the way we're going to do is we're just going to kind of scribble right in the middle there and just kind of, go nuts with it. Once we do that, we're going to shift delete. I want to fill that with white, like so. We can deselect it. And we're going to change the blend mode to something like let's just keep it at that. And we'll just bring it down a little bit like so. There we go. Now we're just going to go ahead and make a copy of that on top of itself. We will Command T to free transform and rotate 180 degrees. And then we're going to skew it. And I'm going to hold down the Alt or Option key on one of the sides. And I'm just going to tweak it a little bit just to give it some variation. And you can do that again if you'd like. Make another one. We'll flip it again and then just alter that just a little bit. What we can do at this point is we can start to tweak these on the opacities of the other two, just to kind of give it a little bit of difference in each one. So we got that down. Next thing to do is we're going to paint in a little bit of the splatter. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to use the lasso tool, and I'm just going to come around my splatter here I want, just to select it. And we're going to come up to our options, and what we want to do to this is, my mind has just went dead, we want to desaturate. So let's just do oh, look here, I forgot I'd had all these in different layers, so it wasn't working. I'm just going to make a whole new layer on top of it. There we go. Now we can do something here. So let's just go and desaturate. And then we're going to come back up here again, adjustment, and we'll do a levels. Let's tighten this up just a little bit, so it's not too much. What we want to do is just so we can, we don't want to get that that effect of like squares and things, but we do want it to be able to be seen. So we'll do that. Then we're just going to have to define this as a brush. Under Edit, define brush preset. Name it if you'd like. Say OK. We can come back into our image here with the brush. And we can make the brush whatever size we'd like. We can create a new layer. And let's pick a color that's in our image, but just a really dark green somewhere here. There we go. And then we can just start to paint that in. You see those edges, right? So that's, we can get rid of those. Not too worried about that. Let's bring up our brush options. And we're going to go to Shape Dynamics. And we're just going to tweak it up here a little bit. Let's increase the spacing. And what this is going to do, it's just going to, every time you click, it's going to be a little different. You can see from the picture here what you're going to get every time. You can just play with that. Let's go in here and let's just make some clicks. And see, every time you do it now, it looks different. My problem right now is that square still shows up. And that bothers me. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to bring that back up under levels. I just want to try to get rid of that selection. Let's just see if we can do it here. That might be better. So we defined a new brush. We can go in here. There it is. And just click, and that's much better. There we go. This we can deal with. And we're just clicking around a few different places. That's maybe down here in these corners. Like so. My computer's acting the fool. There we go. All right, so we got some splatter going on here. Could probably add, let's resize it a little bit, tag one in here. And we can go in here now and we can change the blend mode to multiply. And if that's too much for your taste, you can always obviously try something different that you like more. Multiply seemed to work good for me on this one. So there you have it. And we're going to go ahead and move this down underneath the other layers where the white is. All right, so moving along. Now we're going to use our wood picture here. What I want to do with this is I'm going to create another brush preset. So I'm going to select just a smaller part of this wood here. Feather. Like so, and go ahead and just crop that because that's all I need of it. I'm going to go up here to adjust, desaturate, I don't want any color in it, adjust, levels, and I'm really going to just tweak this down so that we can get a nice effect from it once we're done. There we have that. We'll use a grading here. And we're going to kind of play around with this now. We're on screen, so let's see what that does. And that's going to give us what we want. Let's just keep doing it here a little bit. Oh, there you go. That'll be just fine. We'll go Edit, define brush once again. Let's just name this Wood False. We'll go back to our image here and we'll take that and get our new wood brush that we had created. And you can see what it's going to do. So we're just going to increase the size of it. We're going to make a new layer here for it. And we'll just click on it. We'll change the blend mode. Let's just see what works best for us. I do believe it's going to be multiply again. We'll just decrease that down just a little. And we can go in here now. And if we want, we can just kind of play with it and see if we can get something else going on here. There we go. So now we have that. We're pretty much done with everything except for the text. So we're going to pull our text tool here and we'll type in whatever we want to say. Just like that. And we'll change the text color here to a couple colors we have going on actually in the background, like so. Sorry. So now we have that. We can actually add a layer mask. Select one of our splatters here that we had used before. And we'll size that down some. And just using black because black will hide it here. And we'll just kind of go over our text there. We'll just kind of dirty it up even more. There we go. We can come in here, we can give it a drop shadow if we'd like. We could even apply a little bit of a light to it. Maybe something like that where we can reverse that. Like that, and we can actually move our light around so that it's right about there, and then just kind of play with that. So there you have it. You can create your own TV effect using nothing but a couple stock images or images you've taken when you're outside around your house. It doesn't take but a couple minutes and people will just love it. So thanks for watching, and until next time, this is trainingps.com.